morning and welcome back to Tarot Tats and Tea. We're going to be looking at a couple of oracle decks and a couple of tarot decks this morning, and these are a small haul that I ordered from Hay House a few weeks ago. The first two are tarot decks, the second two are oracle decks. The first tarot deck is a tarot deck that was shown very recently by Simon on the Hermit's Cave. And it was there that I was drawn to this, and I thought, oh, I actually quite like the gentleness of that deck. The aesthetics are very soft and smooth and really do have an air of peacefulness about them, and that is the Sufi Tarot. Okay, this is a tarot deck created by Aida Hussein, and it's published by Hay House. And you can see from the muted colours the gentleness and the subtlety in the images. It comes in a two-part box, a nice sturdy two-part box, and the blurb on the back reads as follows: transform your life with the ancient Sufi wisdom. The quest for mystical truth is common to both tarot and Sufism. Sufism, called the path of the heart, is about polishing the mirror of the heart to reflect the divine. Similarly, tarot is about discovering the hidden secrets behind the arcanas. This beautiful illustrated deck creatively re-envisions the cards through the Sufi lens and shares the potency of its ancient teachings and healing techniques. So let's get that box open and have a look at the deck. Now, this deck is not in order because I have shuffled it. Actually, it might, I might have put it, yes, I did. I had shuffled it, but I've actually put it back into order. Now, what I like about these, I have had some Hay House decks in the past where the cards are exceptionally thick to the point they almost remind me of placemats or beer mats, and I don't like cards that are that thick. These are lovely. It's a nice card. It's matte, lovely design on the back, but it's a matte finish. It's a nice size. It's a little bit bigger than your standard tarot. Here we have a standard tarot size, and as you can see, it is that bit bigger. So there you go, that's the one, the image that's on the box. And this is Salik, which is equivalent to the Fool. Now, all these have the traditional names. I'll go through the majors and then just a couple of the minor arcanas for you to have an understanding of what they're like. They're borderless, which I love. They really do glide off each other smoothly without being overly slippery. They are easy to shuffle, whether you are hand over hand or a riffle shuffler. You have to have a bigger hand for riffling these decks. So, first of all, we have Salik. The Alchemist. Murshida. Sabanu. Sultan. Pir. Ashikan. Wali. Quat. Dervish. Now this one is Charka Falak. Charka Falak. That's our Wheel of Fortune. Adal. Taslim, which is our Hanged Man. Taslim. Mort. Sabre. Nafs. Minar. Our Tower. Minar. Sitara. Qamar. Shams. The Sun. Mizan. and we have Dunya, or Dunya. So those are our major arcana, and they are written in the Sufi language. Now, let's have a look. The secrets that both tarot and Sufism set out to uncover are the same for Sufis. All knowledge is tied into the knowledge of the self. Sufism is called the path of the heart because it is a process of continuously moving within to polish the mirror of the heart so that it may reflect the divine. Similarly, tarot is about getting to the bottom of the mystical truths behind both the minor and the major and the minor arcana. And this is the guidebook that comes with it that tells you all about it. So let's just take one example from our major arcana. We'll pick up the first one, which is Salek, which is the Fool. It explains to you there the Sufi name and the English name. So we have an upright and reversed meaning, and it tells that the Salek is about journeys, a wayfarer on the spiritual path. Though known as the Fool in traditional tarot, the Salek is anything but. She represents the childlike innocence of the soul in search of truth. Here we see her taking the first steps of her journey, propelling herself forwards into the vast expanse of the sand that lies in front of her. You can see that there. She's leaping into the void without knowing what lies ahead, while harbouring full truth for perhaps naivety that she will be taken care of. The sprawling desert scape represents unlimited potential, and she prances towards it, drawn to the magnetism of that which lies ahead. Into total surrender. She is safe, she is protected, and she knows it. Very similar to our Fool. And then it goes on to explain when this card appears to you, etc. So it's a nice handy guidebook, and like I say, as you've seen, the art is gentle, it's beautiful. I love the fact that, now here we say, I love the fact that these names are all written traditionally to suit the Sufi traditions. In the past, I wouldn't have given thank you for a deck that had alternate names to the traditional names that we already are aware of. However, once you are comfortable with tarot, once you are willing to accept that tarot just doesn't come in English, and that there are many different cultures that add to tarot, and you know, it does open your eyes more, and it makes you more receptive to cards from different cultures, etc., etc. I think because this is pretty new. Growing up, I would have just had basically your basic RWS one deck, and that was it. And you sort of can become very narrow-minded in a sense when you're reading tarot from old school, and opening up and embracing everything that's new and new coming into the tarot world can only enhance this whole practice. So I'm just going to literally show you the first two or three of the minors so that you are aware of them. These are the wands, and again you can see the beautiful multi-desert colours and the sunsets and sunrises. Its colour has been used to the full here, and it is absolutely beautiful. Okay, so there we have our staffs. They're called staffs, and I'll just, here we have an example of the cups. That's our 4 of cups. And our 5. So you can see it's very much based on the RWS system. Here's an example of the swords, the daughter of swords. So we have the daughter, the sun, and then we have the daughter, the sun, the Malika of swords, which is our queen of swords, and then we have our Shah of swords, which is our king of swords. So daughter, sun, Malika, and Shah. Okay, and the coins. Okay, that's beautiful. That I always love it when it's so bright and, you know, full of energy. And here's our 3. I love that one. So there you have it. That is the Sufi Tarot, and I do recommend it. Like I say, I do find there's an improvement in the card stock, the Hay House card stock, because I don't like overly thick cards. These are lovely. They're strong yet pliable, and oh, good. The next tarot deck I have is by M.J. Cullinan, and it's the Guardian of the Night Tarot. Again, a Hay House production, and this tells us, without darkness there is no light. From the creator of the Crow Tarot, this richly illustrated 78-card tarot deck and guidebook are reminders that there is always light to be found, even on the darkest of nights. Sounds like something Dumbledore would say in Harry Potter. Discover a vast menagerie of animal energy to guide you on your journey through the toughest times and discover wisdom and insight in those moments. This tarot deck is not a tool to banish the darkness, but an invitation to dream the divine dreams that emerge from the night and to find beauty wherever you are on your path. The wise creatures of this deck walk beside you and offer you their individual gifts of wisdom and inspiration to your readings as the shining moon and flickering fireflies illuminate your path through the forest. I think that's lovely. There you go. That's the Guardians of the Night Tarot. And again, we'll do something very similar as we did before. Once again, the lovely Hay House sort of guidebook. Okay, they always do lovely guidebooks, nice thick guidebooks for you to use. And the backs of the decks, same cardstock as the Sufi Tarot. Nice big cards, sturdy, smooth, and lovely to handle. The difference being these have a border. Do I like borders? Not all the time, but because of the size of these cards, it doesn't detract from the image. I find when you've got a border on standard tarot sized cards, it shrinks the image that bit more, but this is not too bad at all. And this is the Fool. And look at that, we have our little rabbit. This almost reminds me of the story of the sly old fox and the gingerbread man. Here we have the wolves and the little rabbit, the white or hair, the white hair, the innocence, naivety, and not realising that those around her are not always there to bid her well. This wolf could be her protector, equally it could be the cause of her demise. So a warning, tread carefully, little hare, you know. So that's the Fool. These have the traditional names. We have our Magician, the High Priestess. When you first see that, it could be mistaken for the Hanged Man because of the bat being upside down, but remember we're looking at in the animal world, and the bat hangs there from the crest of the moon, the crescent moon, you know, looking and observing from on high, cloaked. We've also the moon shape here and between the pillars of flowers. We also have the starry night, you know, looking into their intuition, etc. We have the Empress, beautiful, the Emperor, the Hierophant. Come on, my little rodent babies, let me show you where you can get food. Watch, listen and learn. The Lovers, always with a sting in the tail. The Chariot, Strength. The Hermit, spider in the web there. Wheel of Fortune, Justice, another bat. The Hanged Man, little possum, is it? Death. You can see the owl there with the rodent as death has come calling. But that death will be feeding new life. Temperance, the Devil, the Tower, the star, the moon, the sun, judgment, the world. Now we have our minors, so I'm just going to pick a couple again. We have our ace of wands, our 2 of wands, and here's our 3 of wands. I have to show you the 4 of wands because I actually like magpies. There you go. Move them on, just grab a few from the cups, and here we have the 5 of cups. So that's, is that the death head moth there? 6 of cups, our 7 of cups, and then we have, oops, our 8 of swords, 9 of swords, and our 10 of swords, and let's go on to our final minor arcana. I'll show you the quartz. We have our page of pentacles, pentacles, tentacles, there we go, page of pentacles, our knight of pentacles, our queen of pentacles, and our king of pentacles. So again, art is very in a very gentle sort of it has a gentle feel about it. The cards are lovely to hold and lovely to shuffle. They again work off each other quite nicely, and they're a lovely size. I don't mind bigger cards. I have my hands are a bit on the chunky side, so let's have a look here. Let's see what they say. We fill them nicely. Yep. Do they arch without bending the card too much? Yep. A little bit tight, but that's fine. So that's the deck of the Guardians of the Night Tarot by M.J. Cullinan. Now I have 2 oracle decks to show you. The first oracle deck is by the same creator as the Guardian Night Tarot, and that's M.J. Cullinan, and it's the Urban Crow Oracle. And the blurb, it's in a 2-part box, and there, let's see, no, it's a 54 card deck, and there's a guidebook in this as well. Like dark sentinels observing our world through intelligent black eyes, many see crows as foreboding omens, but crows bond, mourn, play, and even remember faces. Offering gifts to humans, they like to dive bomb humans who have wronged them. The 54 card oracle deck and guidebook connects you to the mystical messages and intuitive insights of these clever and captivating birds, from the sacred space of a nest to the gift of a shiny trinket. Let's have a look. And we won't go through the whole deck, but just show you a few of them. That's the back. Again, the cardstock is the same nice cardstock of the tarot decks that I've just shown you, not that sort of real thick beer matty card. So that's the back. I do like the backs. So we have abundance, anomaly, and that is an anomaly. Look at that, an albino crow, beautiful. Anticipation. So when you first get them, they're all in alphabetical order. Balance, battle, bond, and so on and so forth. Caching or collecting, planting seeds for growth, commitment, and so on and so forth. Again, lovely sort of watercolour type paintings. In my opinion, that's what they look like. They look absolutely beautiful. I do like crows, ravens, blackbirds, magpies, and I just find that they, I think they're friendly enough. Look at this. Is that mischief? Yes, mischief. Tormenting something could be bigger and stronger than them, but you know. Here we go. Luck. I got into my car yesterday and sitting in the footwell on the passenger side was a beautiful white feather. Have no idea how it got there, but I was delighted to see it all the same. So that is the Urban Crow Oracle. Again, nice to shuffle. They are a bigger card, not as tall as the tarot, but a nice size. And shuffle okay, unless you're like me and just fling them about the place, which is not great. So let's have a look here. Just see. They're a little short for riffling, but it is possible to do. Yep, they can riffle shuffle. There we go. And just for us, at this moment in time, let's have a look. This one here. What have we got? Caching. And isn't it strange that this should come up at this time of year when we're sort of harvesting, ready for the growth in the spring, and we see our crow is doing just the same here, gathering and saving and building up a stockpile to see him through the winter months. And that's exactly what we should be doing ourselves, both for us personally, sort of gathering our energy, taking time to rest through this rest period while the earth is resting, while nature is resting ourselves, ready to greet that wonderful spring and summer that won't be too far down the tracks, I hope. There you go, caching. Again, just like the tarot decks, these oracle decks come with a lovely book, and let's see what it says about caching here. You may find yourself either keeping an idea or possession hidden until the time is right, or simply unwilling to let go of something that you aren't using out of fear that someone else might benefit from your release or surrendering. Sometimes the moment is not right to move forward. However, it doesn't mean that time will never arrive. You may be working on a project that holds a great deal of promise, but you are unable to devote the energy at the moment. Setting the idea aside does not mean giving up. It just means that you recognise there will be value in waiting. Caching may also indicate that you will be benefiting from investing. This may be investing in yourself or investing in the financial institution. There you go. Caching. Now, the final deck that I'm going to show you here is one that I have sort of had my eye on for some time, but I never actually pulled the trigger on adding it to my collection. I love the moon. I make my moon water. I cleanse my crystals under the new moon. I love photographing the moon. And so it only felt right that I actually took that step and leapt forward into the world of the Moonology Oracle cards. These are simple cards, all depicting different phases of the moon, different types of moons with sayings on them. I have pulled a couple since getting this deck. I have pulled a couple for myself, and each time they really have sort of resonated with me. So I do find that these are nice to pull on a daily pull, just similar to what we did with the Urban Crow there. So the energy of the moon has a formidable effect on our everyday life. Use these gorgeously illustrated oracle cards to tap into her ancient wisdom for healing, guidance and protection, and learn how to work with her magical energy during each lunation. The accompanying guidebook reveals how to interpret the cards and work with them to create, plan and predict your life. Whenever you need to make an important decision, just pick a card and let the moon guide you. And this was created by Yasmin Boland, and the artwork was by Nix Rowan. It's a 44 card deck with guidebook. It comes in the 2-part box, and once again is a Hay House production. Back to that lovely cardstock. Those are the backs of the cards. And here we go. I'm just going to show you a few and see how we go. Time to breathe out. And this is the disseminating moon. Time to breathe out. Adjustments are required. and this is the quarter moon. What adjustments do you need to make to your plans, your ideas, your life? Time for healing. Taking time out for you, looking after yourself and not always looking after everybody else. It's time to take action, and this is a new moon in Aries. Okay. A new start is coming, new moon. And what I like is when your dreams need a practical plan, and this is the full moon in Taurus. They draw on the symbol for that astrological sign. Bring love into the situation. That's a new moon in Aquarius. And then meditate and contemplate, and this is the new moon in Pisces. Have faith in your dreams, and that's in the waxing crescent moon. Your commitment is being tested, and an image of the first quarter moon. Surrender to the divine, the full moon, and I'm sure many of you would, like myself, like to meditate on a full moon, like to light your candles, burn your incense, take out your cards, cleanse everything in moon water. I've actually started watering some of my indoor plants with moon water, and you know, it's working. They're growing lovely. Then we have properties lie ahead, and again, that's new moon in Taurus. Communication is key, which is new moon in Gemini. And this is how it goes on, so on and so forth. All the different moons with the different sayings on them. I like this deck. It's a nice one to have to hand, just to pull a daily card, just to read something that, you know, if you wanted a bit of positivity or guidance in your day. So, as we did with the Urban Crow, telling us it's time to sort of take stock, so to speak, let's see what the Moonology cards tell us. So, let's do as we did before. Oh, I'm drawn to this one here. We'll pull this one out. And this is, it's time to release negativity, and it's the full moon in Scorpio. Time to release negativity. So anything that's been holding you back, anything that has been telling you to tell yourself, no, you can't do that, get rid of. Anybody who is sort of toxic in your life or brings negativity in with them and arrives with so much drama, it has its own bells and whistles. Bye. Give me a break. Be there for them if they're your pals and you need to see them from time to time, but give yourself a rest. Time to release anything negative, any negative feelings that you have yourself, whether it's in regards to you, projects, work, home life, social life. Take time out, meditate, find what's causing out that feeling, and breathe out. Breathe in fresh, white light and clean air, and breathe out grey, negative, dirty, horrible air. Get rid of all the negativity and the toxins that really get you down, and get up, get out, and have a really positive day. Thanks for watching. I'll catch up with you soon. Take care now. Bye.